Hey everyone! Welcome to another Depot A run! I've got a bad problem, everyone. I cannot stop myself from creating new characters in Underrail. The game is practically unparalleled when it comes to build diversity and engaging enemies throughout the entire game with the different tools, equipment, feats, skills, and experience and knowledge you've acquired to complete it. It's amazing that it remains so long after Depot A up until through the very end is something very few games have actually managed to do. Games that do this like Grim Dawn's class combining Alien Genesis New Horizons spell and hero system, along with the different types of units and upgrades you can get for your support and or equipment, Cosminator's ship upgrade and spell system, these are all super addicting to me because very few games have managed to get the balance amongst all the different types of systems and skills you can select really well balanced amongst each other. And Underrail also has multiple factions you can join, a rewarding crafting system, amazing combat, and you have to make some hard choices as to what you're putting on your utility slots, what type of upgrades you want in your equipment, and so on. And it really lets you experience the game differently with all sorts of different characters you can create. And today we're going to experience it again by going through another romp of Depot A. So as before, we'll get into the game, we'll look at our characters' skills, stats, feats, and equipment. I'll cover what I was aiming for with them, and then we'll go ahead and make the attempt. You'll note as always, by the way, that I don't make min-max characters and that I play the game on normal mode. I find the difficulty to be really spot on here. I've never made it through the entire game with any character without dying at least once. Probably closer to 20 or 30 times or so. I still make bad judgments. Sometimes you still miss 95% swings in a row, and that's all you get. Then you're dead, you're reloading. But I also find that the game on normal mode is a bit forgiving when it comes to making thematic characters, and I really like playing thematic characters, even if they are considered weaker than others. And I also hope that by doing yet another Depot A, that by now anyone who's managed to find this playlist or these videos will help them realize what it takes into making what I would consider a decent character build. And as long as they focus their skills and not take too many quality of life feats, they can probably get through the first real test of their character's build, which is Depot A. Alright, now let me save off this beginning, because I like how this came off, and then we'll go ahead and resume last save game, leap into the game to take a look at our hero today. Is hero the right word? Well, it is in this case, because we are playing Geralt of Rivia today. He was a bit tricky to make, because I couldn't really make Geralt from the Witcher 3, well, I guess the Witcher games, because Underrail is a little more balanced than that. We can't make a character who is rather strong, extremely agile and quick, very dexterous, has a good constitution, super heightened senses, is able to use spells, and pretty intelligent. You can't start yourself with 8s in every single skill unless you use a cheat engine to do it, and I think if you even try that with the cheat engine, the game could lock at a later point. I don't think you're allowed to get away with that. And so I had to pick and choose what Geralt's focus would be here. So we'll talk about his stats kind of quickly, but you can see them right over here. The only thing I felt confident lowering that wouldn't be... even then, lowering perception to 4 does feel rather odd for Geralt. But, well, I wanted the stats you see. So, something had to be lowered 1 point when I started. So Geralt's not detecting very many secret passages. Other than that, though, we don't really need perception for too much of anything else. And I realized that as long as I give him paranoia, he'll be able to detect most of the traps without having to switch over to using goggles. And so, 8 strength, because he'll be using swords, and I want him doing a little bit of extra damage with them. Dex 6, this was kind of a mistake. This should have been raised to 7 before agility was, because I wanted to use a bunch of feats that required Dex 7. I didn't realize it until last level that's what they required. So when he hits level 12, that's totally what's getting the +1 point. But this will be useful for some of those feats, which we'll which we won't see in this playthrough, but I'll talk about as we're running through Deep Away. Agility of 7. Geralt is a dodge evadey character, so agility helps increase those skills somewhat. Also gives him a better initiative and more movement points. Constitution of 6. Geralt isn't a... He's not average. He's healthy. He's actually healthier than Constitution of 6, but I couldn't find any other points to dump into Constitution. He'll probably get one more point in it by the time he hits level 24. I just have to figure out when that's going to be. Perception of 4, again, only I said skills. Only stat that I felt comfortable lowering to 4. Even then, I didn't really want to lower it at all, but I really wanted another point in will. And this was probably a mistake because Geralt's not actually using any psionics. I'll explain why when we go ahead and look at his skills. But a will of 6 is still helpful for him because it helps him with Persuade, which I did give him. I think it helps a tiny bit with some resolve checks, so that can be useful as well. Intelligence of 6 because this is going to eventually be given at least one more point so I can take Weaponsmith later on. Now, let's look at his skills. So, Geralt has grenades. Witcher's, or at least Geralt threw grenades in Witcher 1 and Witcher 3. I never played the second Witcher, but I'm assuming it worked the same way over there too. So he throws grenades in this game, and occasionally he'll throw nets. We have melee. Geralt used swords. Felt rather accurate to give him melee and use swords to that end. You'll note he doesn't have crossbows. I think crossbows were added in Witcher 3 to his repertoire, that one hand crossbow he used, but it didn't really feel like that was something he was good at. Well, actually, he's a Witcher, so he's good at everything. So I suppose when you stop to think about that, which is kind of frustrating. But in any case, I didn't want to give him versatility, and I didn't really want him to use crossbows. So in the end, I decided not to take this whatsoever. Throwing for grenades would be good. He'll do most of his damage with melee. Again, throwing grenades when I absolutely must deal with ranged enemies. He's got dodge and evasion, so that this way he can both, well, obviously roll past those enemy archers and dodge because, well, he dodged about a bit when fighting monsters. We have traps. So the reason for this is because at level 10, I wanted to take quick tinkering to mimic the Yrden sign. So you could just place a sign down and trap someone on it. Quick tinkering used to let you, I think, place a trap on a person to trap them. But I think it's been changed. You can no longer do that. I think it has to be on an empty space. But in any case, the idea with traps was to make this high enough so that I could place it, enemies wouldn't see them when I place them on the ground, and to mimic the Yrden sign. For technology, he's got mechanics 60 so he can forge his own swords, and biology 60 because, well, this way he can make his own potions. He will eventually be giving, I think, everything here. Electronics so I can make a shield to mimic Quen. Chemistry because he should be able to make his own bombs. And tailoring for better armor. It does feel a little weird, if I'm being honest, to have given him mechanics and tailoring, since he didn't really make his own armor or weapons. I think I always was purchasing them. I could upgrade them, but I was buying them from smiths, if I recall correctly, in the Witcher games. But no, I made an exception in this case. So he doesn't have any psi. The reason for this is because if you take psi, then your hit points get lowered by 20%. And it didn't feel right to have Geralt being so fragile. And in the end, none of these really make sense for him, with the possible exception of thought control for the Axii sign. But that would be a stun. So that would be... There's one thought control ability that's it's called mental subversion? There's only like one psi ability here that is pretty much dead on what the Axii was doing in the Witcher series, stunning the enemy for a few seconds so you could move around and reposition. And I didn't feel like leveling psi for that one ability and using that only one ability was worth it in the end. We did, was it Igni? Was another, like, that's his fire attack, close range cone attack, But there is nothing like that in pyrokinesis. I'm sorry, metathermics. There is, I guess there is pyrokinesis, the stream of fire, pyrokinetic stream, I think is what it's called. But it's, that doesn't feel right, again, to have used that. And the same thing for psychokinesis. There's nothing, there's Ard to knock someone on the ground. I guess the TK fist could work like that, but am I really going to take 3 psi schools, leave my will at 5, and then still pump all of these while giving up other things? It didn't feel right to me. So in the end, I'm mimicking certain types of skills through the use of technology or social with persuasion, and not taking any psi on him whatsoever. On that note, I'm giving him persuasion to mimic the fact that he's got the Jedi Force power of making people believe him when he says certain things. So we're going with persuasion as his ability to use Axii in this game. As for feats, I took fast metabolism at the very start because I thought that was rather thematic. I believe that the Witchers have a very fast metabolism. They heal their own wounds. I think their own wounds regenerate, right? Just eating a little bit. And I thought this was, again, rather thematic for him to have. He's not going to benefit from any psi that we restore whatsoever. But I didn't care. I wanted the thematic feat. So I thought this was good for him. Giving him nimble. Geralt was very nimble. Paranoia. So this is supposed to mimic his ability to use, like, cat. His, actually, it was cat potions in the video game, but I think in the books, if I remember correctly, it was just something they could do. So this lets him detect stealth a little faster, improves his initiative, which mimics him being able to react quicker, and reduces his chance to be crit. So I thought this was rather thematic for him as well. He's got sprint. It seems to me that the Witchers can probably run very quickly, when they really need or want to. So but I gave him sprint. Parry. And I wish I had taken Riposte, but it requires a dex of 7. I only realized that again when I hit level 10. I'm like, why can't I take these feats? These feats are in my character build. Oh, they all require dex 7. Oh, well then we have to wait till level 12 till we start taking these things. So, but you could parry in, I think, all the various games, and so thus we give him parry here. He's got Decapitate. I seem to remember Geralt in The Witcher 3 whirling around and cutting people's heads off quite frequently. So this seemed thematic to me. So he's got this. And Exposed Weakness, because we're fighting robots with a sword, for the most part. And so, well, Exposed Weakness helps me deal with the robots we'll be fighting in Depot A a little faster than just waiting around for my grenades to be off cooldown. Because I'm not giving Geralt Grenadier. He is throwing grenades, but I don't want him to have that feat. It's mostly a difficulty challenge for me. Sometimes I'll have a character who uses grenades, takes a lot of throwing, but I don't want to spend that feat on Grenadier because they're not the focus point of the character. And if I take Grenadier, I'm going to throw frag grenades every other round, and that's too much of a crutch. So, thus no whatchamacall for him. No Grenadier. So as you can see, speaking of grenades, he's got 3 on his belt. We have a frag grenade, MK2, some Molotov cocktails, and some flashbangs. We have a few AMPs with me as well from when we finally get down to the area that has those bots. We're carrying around an electric lantern at the moment, and it just occurs to me, do I have a belt? It just occurs to me that this is a mistake. I should be wearing a trapper's belt at the moment, but I did not get it. Let's go and get it really quick. I think I have it in the dumpster nearby, so we'll just run over here and get it really quick. Put that on and leave the lantern behind. Actually, Geralt did use a lantern in The Witcher 3, didn't he? It was that green it was a green lantern. It was, though. They shined a green light and let you see ghosts, if I remember correctly. Maybe Tim, would make sense for him to use this. Nah, let's get rid of this. So, we have a shield. Oh, I guess it gives me a chance to talk about the areas that I've done in the game. So, Geralt has cleared all of the rest of Underrail, with the exception of the lunatic camps and the ambush area, followed by the single burrower in its cave. All the other things were done. And I don't have the belt here. That's interesting. Okay, so I don't have a trapper's belt. I thought I did. Well, then we'll just have to make do with this. Yeah, so let's take a look at the map again. He's explored all the caves. Oh, what the heck? Oh, right. Give times not pause when you're walking to me if you had the map open. That's gotten you killed a few times when you walk into mines or walk into a group of enemies. He's been to Silent Isle. He completed both the Scrapper and the Black Eel's quests. As usual, I will be completing the Scrapper's quest line when I'm in there, not the Black Eels. Anything else? No, I killed all the bandits. I did not get any acid resistance armor this time around. One of the lunatics, or maybe one of the guys winning it for me at the ambush, might be wearing it, but I decided that I'm level 10. I don't really want to do those fights. They'll be really tough, and so they can just stay there. I don't need to do them, and I should be fine anyway from Depot A, even without acid resistance. It'll be tough, but I think we can do it. Okay, let's run over here really quick before a dog wanders over and sees us. And we'll start by having some stuff back to help my perception. And now we still have to cover our equipment. Let's run in here really quick. And do so. Okay. So we are wearing a utility belt. I actually wanted a trapper's belt. I actually have a trapper's belt, but I don't remember where I put it. It might be waiting for me back at my home in Southgate Station. So it's too far away. We'll just use the utility belt. It's a fine belt. An anti-thermic insulated riot overcoat. So this reduces, as you can see, the mechanical damage we take from melee and range attacks. I really like these coats. We do have some armor penalty though, but while wearing it, even with Nimble, 10%. So we're losing 10% of our dodge and evasion. If we took this off, we'd have 105. With it on, we've got only 82, but that should still be decent enough. We have some heat resistance, so if we accidentally walk onto a grenade, or I throw a Molotov or a frag grenade at my feet by accident, we will take reduced damage. I can also wander into my Molotov cocktails without taking too much damage from it, so that will be helpful as well. Actually, we're immune to burning, which is useful. We've got tungsten steel machete. I really wanted to make a standard steel machete, not a tungsten steel. However, I could not get the merchants to sell me normal steel plates that were of higher quality than like 62. I haven't used the cheat engine for Geralt here, so I probably should have done that to try to fish for some steel plates, but I didn't do so. So I was like, you know what, I'll just use the tungsten steel machete. The big difference here is that this does, I believe, more damage than the normal steel one would do, but it also has, I think, a 2 or 3% less chance to crit. However, the crit damage bonus is increased by a further 20%, so when we do crit with it, the enemy will really feel those crits. I got lucky enough to find some tabby boots, so we're wearing those. I'm wearing an aluminized balaclava. Geralt does not have stealth, and so I felt this would probably be the best thing for him at the moment. Doesn't add any more armor penalty to us, reduces our heat and cold damage. It's basically the heat damage we'll see benefiting from in here, though. And when I fought the Ironheads that were to the south of Southgate Station, one of them had an amazing sledgehammer. Shock Steel Sledgehammer. Level 10 sledgehammer, which is amazing for this level. Does more damage, obviously, than our machete. Costs a bunch more action points, but also adds 36 through 73 electrical damage to the target. It is amazing. I am so glad that poor Ironhead had activated Sprint and run right into a burrower trap around the corner where I cleverly placed it. And thankfully, the next turn, for some reason, decided to use his adrenaline, because he would have stomped me had he actually been able to reach me while not exhausted. That was really close, that fight. See, anything else? We got some batteries in order to keep things recharged. As you can see, I have a bunch of drugs. I have made many of these myself. Again, not using the cheat engine, which means I haven't farmed for morphine shots or adrenaline, so I went ahead and just made these myself. We got a bunch of food to help us with this location. I brought a few traps with me. My plan is to do all Depot A with what I've got on me without hopefully having to leave, so hopefully this will work. And I think we're good to go. Alright, well, let's get started. Oh, and as you can see, I am not playing oddity mode. I guess I should talk about that really quick. Here are all the oddities I have managed to find with Geralt. You'll note I have 2 of the enormous tusks, not all 3. I got no mutated snouts. I got no heart-shaped skin pieces from the siphoners that I've killed. And I did find all the side beetle brains. Did I get only 1 registration plate at the moment? Overall, it was very difficult. I think it would have been... probably would have only been level 8, maybe level 9, before we walked into here if I had been playing the game on oddity, unless I stopped to kill creatures over and over again in a hope to get their oddity items. So, glad I didn't choose it for Geralt. Again, he's not taking lockpicking, hacking, or pickpocket, so that makes it even tougher to gain levels if I was playing oddity mode. Okay, so I don't think I've got what it takes to actually claim any of the mines in here, but let's see. Oh man, without Track Expert, this takes a long time to grab these mines. Okay, we can recover them. Okay, so that's good. Alright, let's try... Careful, Tim. Alright, let's see. Let's put you... here? Ah, no, that was a... okay, that was super awkward. Now you have to fight everything without any traps being down. Okay. Well, crap. It's too late. Combat started, Tim. You're not reloading. I don't think I'll need grenades for this fight, though. Or at least not yet. Let's let them come a little closer to me. Okay. So my guess is there's a bunch of them around the corner. And I think I can probably throw the grenade here. It'll kill both dogs. And we'll set that mutie on fire. Well, we missed the mutie. We killed both dogs. And we made a little wall of fire. We've also made a lot of noise. So all the other enemies are now coming to us. Okay, we'll do the standard fight him in the choke point. Only a 67% chance to hit the dog. Oh, nice. Killed it. Get a line of sight of the crossbow, who is probably showing up right now. And let's charge you. Darn it. Missed our sledgehammer hit. Oh, where's that other shot coming from? I did not even... oh, there he is. Okay. Still didn't kill him. We gotta take another swing. I think that mutant might have Crippling Strike. I know one of their dagger users out here does. Let's move back over here. And out of line of sight. Almost killed her. The sledgehammer shouldn't reach me this round. Let's move off to the side. Yeah, she does have Crippling Strike. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, let's throw some fire here. Nice. He's on fire, so he's going to run away. Which is perfect, because otherwise we would have to take some hits from a sledgehammer. Ooh, that's very nice. Yep, run through the fire. I approve. Okay. Let's hang out here for a little bit and see if maybe the enemy forgets about me. No, they did not. Okay. In fact, this... wow, that one guy just ran right through the fire. This happens almost all the time. I tend to leave the enemy with like 1 hit point left all the time. Still not over. Alright, you guys still know I'm here. Let's move to the side. Oh, Tim, you have decapitate. Don't forget to decapitate. I think the sledgehammer guy might have left. Or been burned up. Not over yet. Okay, where is he? There he is. Ah, okay. Sometimes you guys get a decapitation and you see the head pop off. It's awesome. Alright, so that was all for this area. First area done. Go ahead and search all the bodies, and then we'll begin leaving stuff in one of the barrels. So heal up to full. Okay, now we know there's more. I know there's more traps here, and this is a bit awkward if I'm not gonna notice them. There they are. Okay, so I must have this dagger equipped if I want to actually see the traps. So I think we can successfully recover the frag mine here. Can we recover the MK2 frag mine as well? That is a MK1 HE mine? We can get the frag mine MK2. Good. We'll leave the MK1s behind. I'd rather deploy the more damaging ones. Okay. So we don't need you or you. We didn't actually open this locker with Decker, did we? Because I refused to walk onto any of the mines, and Decker doesn't have the ability to disarm traps, if I recall. To my knowledge, I don't think there's anything in this. Yep, just some fabric scraps. We don't have hacking, so we're not getting in there. Let's clear out this area of all the loot. And then we'll head off in this direction. I like walking to the east first, because generally I have eaten stuffed bat, and that extra detection will help me locate all the mines which are in the next area. What are these, by the way? Are these like CRTs? No, these are them. What are these? Lamps? You know, I've never looked at the mounds of trash before. And now that I am trying to understand what I'm looking at. Lights? I don't know what those are. We get a bandage. We get a balaclava that is not as good as what I'm currently wearing. That's locked. I think I've gotten shields in that box before. Unfortunately, we can't open it today with Geralt. Alright, and I think that's all for this area. So let's head on over here and say hello to some mutant dogs. Our first mutant dogs. And hopefully, I will actually place the traps correctly this time around. Let's also switch to our jackknife, because we're going to want to disarm a few more traps. You are an MK1 HE mine, but the MK2 frags are what I want. So I'm going to disarm all the traps I come across with Geralt, because I could use the experience points. I just barely was level 10 when I walked in here. Now I could go back out there and kill all those lunatics, but those fights are going to be rather difficult to do. So, I'd rather get some more experience points by just disarming mines. Normally, by the way, when I play, I don't do this. I don't take all the mines. The only exception will be all the special mines or bear traps that are near the Rat Hound King, because I generally am not making like crawler poison traps or MK3 mines, and those are really handy to have if you're using traps for that early stage of the game. I tend to always attempt to kill the Rat Hound King right after Depot A. That's doing the battery plant, and then what's it called? And then Camp Harthor quests are what I try to do. Alright, now as for the garbage we picked up, let's see. So we don't need this knife. That pistol is garbage. That knife is just junk. This knife is also... Oh, sorry, that gun's also junk. We don't need any normal knives. The crossbow is actually worth holding on to. Steel cat. We'll just scrap this. So, nothing of real worth from the first mutants, other than their lives, which will be worth money. Money? That's right, which are worth experience points. See, this is what I'm always talking about. I wonder if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I find that whenever I play a game and I'm trying to record it at the same time, I will say the wrong words to describe something. Like, I meant experience points, not money with what I said right there, but I said money. I don't understand why I make so many mistakes of that kind. But I do. I make tons of them. I think trying to play a game at the same time record it is a little more tricky than you would think. Difficult is the wrong word, because you can do both without any trouble. But the issue is trying to talk about the things and sound intelligent while it's happening at the same time. It has been fun, by the way, the few times that I've done it, to watch a game that I play and talk about what I was doing instead of doing it live, as it were. What am I doing here, Tim? That's a mine. We don't need all that experience points. That mine can just sit there. It's not guarding anything. Alright, so we have our first tricky part, because we've got gun turrets. Okay, let's move up. And if I throw the EMP mine here... Oof, that does not do much damage to them. Okay, so I'm going to move back and see what the dogs do. Alright, good. We weren't entangled. Move up again. Okay, we'll throw a frag mine here. There is a mine on the ground, somewhere between the two auto turrets, which this will also detonate. We killed one dog, but not the other. All turrets are going to power on, and now there's a bunch of acid on the ground, which I will take damage from. So we're going to run around. We'll activate sprint as well, in order to avoid that dog, and the others, which will be showing up. Oh, okay, we got entangled. So there's nothing I can do about that. We just have to sit here. Okay. Oof. We took a ton of damage from that one dog. Thank goodness we had harmed it with our grenade. This is going to be very tricky. A lot more tricky than I thought it was going to be. Alright. We need to wait here for the acid to go away. So, I guess while we're waiting, we can talk about a few other things. So I should have activated our shield. It would have blocked only a tiny bit of acid damage, I think. But still, every point of acid damage that I absorb will be helpful. It's interesting how difficult it is now to deal with dogs comparatively to how it used to be when it comes to choosing between melee and ranged attacks. Pistols, being able to ignore 40% of these dogs' evasion at close range, that's so handy. That's like a 95% chance practically to hit them, as opposed to using our our melee weapon, which is actually rather difficult to hit them thanks to their dodge. A few months back, or a year ago when I played through Gabriel, I would have told you that you always want to fight dogs with melee or trap them so they can't reach you. Why didn't I put down traps here? I don't know. I just didn't. Let's fix that. So let's put a trap here. It'll be a bear trap. Can I scooch around the turret? Now I want a mine. I would like it here. Okay, but I can't put it there. I can't put it there. Oh! Oh, crap. Alright, dog saw us. So we're gonna run around the corner. We did not get entangled. Okay. Do I throw a grenade or do I let the trap deal with one of them? Let's let the trap deal with one of them. Move out of the acid. Oh, that's... Oh, uh-oh. There's 3 of them. We're getting all the dogs right now. Okay. Let's try to kill one of them. And then keep running, get out of the acid. Unfortunately, by running this way... Okay, okay. I was about to say that other dog won't hit the trap, but it did. Get out of the acid. Oh! I didn't think it could reach me there. Do I throw a grenade? I don't think we do. We're gonna charge the dog instead. Okay, victory. Let's heal our wounds. Without any acid resistance armor, as you can see, we're getting the snot kicked out of us by even a single dog. That's like 2 or 3 hits, and we were down to maybe 75% of our life, especially with the acid on the ground ticking and slowly doing damage to us. It's very painful to deal with dogs without acid armor. This is one of the reasons why you saw me, I was so happy when we got acid armor with Decker. Like, that resistance is amazing here. Dogs are I mean, between the mutants and the dogs, the giant mutants and the dogs are, in my opinion, the more dangerous enemy to fight. The mutants will hit very hard, but it's still mechanical damage overall. They can roar, they're immune to stun, and they can... actually, maybe I'm wrong. They inflict bleeding wounds on you, and they have that spit attack. That spit attack is what makes them very dangerous, in my opinion, because most people won't be here with acid armor the first time they're through Depot A. They won't realize how important it is to have it. I know I certainly didn't. Which is why that first character that made it here, I threw in the towel with that character and started over. I think his skills were just a little too scattered as well. Okay, so we're taking... I might as well take that mutated dog leather. Okay, so that's all the dogs dead. And I don't think we actually need to destroy the turrets, now that I think about it, because I can get to the other side of that area. It would be nice to do it now. Let's think. I suppose we'll test out how good our armor is against these. Okay. It'll work. But we're still going to be hurt. Alright, let's take a look at our hammer. That could use a recharge. And our sword could use a repair. Okay. Next. Bandages and some money. We'll wait to bandage until after we deal with the other turret. Did we see this mine? I know there's one here. There it is. MK1 mine. And nothing in the barrel. We don't have lockpicking or hacking, so many of the things in this little area get unsearched. It's just the way it is. I think I mentioned it before, but you don't need hacking or lockpicking. They are helpful. They let you get to certain areas of the game that would be a little more tricky to reach without them, and they give you random loot. But having played through the game now with several characters without them, I don't view them as required. Charge! And we take away your resistance, and then we bash you. And I think we can probably kill you with this, destroy you with the sword. Okay, this is working. I was a little worried about the gun turrets, but having found this sledgehammer, that'll make dealing with them a lot easier. Very rarely have I found such a powerful weapon early on that I'm able to use. Most of the time, it's like a shotgun, like a decent level shotgun or something that I find in one of the cabinets or desks that I can put to good use. But for melee weapons, it's really difficult to find a decent one of them. There's only like one or two areas I can think of where that can realistically occur. And that one Ironhead camp, I don't think I've ever found such a great hammer as what Geralt found. Even though he's not spec'd for hammers, it's totally worth using it. The damage is just incredible. Boxes. Alright, so we don't have the key card for that electronic lock. We're not going to go down that quite yet. Okay, so that's all for the second area. We'll be back here. We need to... Well, we won't need to, but we'll be using the security terminal to access some various areas. Ooh, nice. Little 64 mutated dog leather. We'll be able to use the security terminal to open a few of the gates which are down below, but we need the key card to access it first. And that is already down below, so we'll have to come back up here. So this is amazing. That's a really high quality mutated dog leather. I've been thinking of making mutated dog leather boots and infusing them for Geralt and putting the boot spring in them for increased movement speed for when his build's all done. Having used boot spring metal boots with Gabriel, I was very impressed with how much I like them. I didn't really care about the decreased action point cost of making melee attacks that the tabby boots give, because I didn't want his chance to be critically hit improved at all. All I wanted was the extra movement speed, and even though there was quite a bit of armor penalty with them, the amount of movement points we gained was so significant. So I use this barrel pretty often to, well, not this particular barrel for Geralt, but this is the barrel I use when I'm in Depot A to store crap in. It's right near the exit of Depot A, so I can carry all that loot out with me when I'm done. This way I'm not carrying around 200 pounds worth of loot in addition to all the rest of the equipment I want when I'm going through Depot A. Alright, so we got as far as I'm willing to go over in that one area. Let's head downstairs and begin slaughtering all the other mutants. After we search the locker. Hello. A laser pistol. That's worth quite a bit of cash. That's garbage. The steel gloves are also garbage, but we can break those down for more scrap. I mentioned it during the intro, but I'm hoping that by doing these Depot A's, that some people might find these videos up here on YouTube who are struggling with Underrail, and hopefully it shows them that they can beat Depot A with, as long as their character builds aren't too scattered when it comes to their skills. I find that many people with their first or second characters they've put too many points and too many skills and diluted their characters quite a bit. And this is really harmful early on, because I find that too many quality of life feats, instead of taking feats that would help your combat potential, really weakens your character. The same with putting like 10 points into every skill early on. It's really hard to get through Underrail with a jack-of-all-trades build. We missed our decapitate. Doesn't matter. He died anyway. Okay, very good. What type of pistol was that? Garbage. So take that stuff, break it down for more scrap after we get the bullets out of it. Another reason why I like doing Depot A, it's gonna sound kind of silly, but it's vengeance for all those times I had been at Depot A originally and been slaughtered by Depot A. I don't think I've died on screen in Depot A since I took Mauritius through this area. I think he died 2 times to the mutants and dogs in the area above us and to the north, when I had been attempting to do it with him. Do I want to take the vents? Actually, Tim, well, your choice is go through this hallway or take the vents to get around. We'll take the vents. Increasing my strength to 8 also, as you can see, allows me to use... Oh, actually, maybe you don't know. So with an 8 strength, you can use crowbars to open the vents. Which lets you, obviously, move around them and avoid various enemies, such as that auto turret. We'll probably still destroy it, but I don't want to have to fight it and dogs at the same time. Okay, well, I don't have the crowbar equipped, and I'm expecting another dog to show up. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. That's too good not to do it. So we throw a grenade. That makes a ton of noise, though. So all sorts of mutants are going to come and investigate that sound. But we'll stay over here. Woof! Right next to the mine. And I'm unable to tell if they investigate, but I'm pretty sure at least the mutants in the close by room are going to go and investigate what made that sound. We don't really have any hacking, so I can't interact with that effectively. Take the scope. Alright, so what's next, Tim? Actually, I want... yeah, I want that in my hand. Alright, so... few enemies have come out here to investigate that sound. Maybe... Oh! A dog! A really dodgy dog. It barked. Enemies will probably have heard that. Uh-oh. Still in combat. Dog! I don't have my sledgehammer equipped because I wasn't expecting to fight dogs. I was expecting to be able to place mines on the ground. Okay, so... why don't we take the vents to move around for a bit, Tim? See what else is out there. Oh, I forgot this existed. Another side from that vent. What have we got in these lockers today? Nothing! A colossal waste of time. Who puts lockers in a dungeon that don't have any loot in them? Come on, Dungeon Master's got to put loot in. Well, I guess he doesn't have to. It's really weird not to, though, Dungeon Master. Should be putting loot in these. Okay, what else do we have in this box? We don't need it. Ah, nothing. There's nothing in anything in these rooms. Whatever. We'll take the dog heart instead. Okay, so there's a gun turret around the corner, and we're going to... Oh! There's also a mine around the corner that we did not detonate. So let's be smart about this. Okay, good that we saw it, which is wonderful. We beat the gun turret on the initiative. We'll charge it. Take away its armor. Bash it. I don't know if it has a face, but it has a facing, so I'm going to assume it does. Bash it in the facing. Dead! Take that, auto turret. Then we bravely hide around the corner so that we're not going to fight mutants quite yet. Let's go ahead and recharge our sledgehammer. Repair it. How's my... That's fine. This is locked. I believe the security terminal we were at before, where the mutated dogs were, will unlock this door for you. Do we want that mine? I have not been making good use of my traps so far. Yeah, we'll take it. No talking. Alright, there we go. Okay. Is the door open down here? Ooh, another HE mine, MK2. And I think this door is open. And I think the dogs which were in that room have come over here to investigate. The sound. Is the other door open down here? It is not. Okay. So, let's prep. This area first. I'm going to disarm this mine so I can replant it here. Enemies, I think, know about this mine, but they won't if I place it back on the ground again. So we'll put you here. We'll do the door trick. My whatchamacallit has expired. My food. Let's go ahead and have cave hopper steak. Let's search this really quick. Okay, let's place a mine here. Okay, let's move up to the door. Holding down Alt so I can select the space directly on the opposite of the door. Start the fight. Open the door. Move around the corner and the... Oh! Oh no! I think I just killed myself. Oh my god. He doesn't see me. That is so weird. But I walked into my own trap. That's embarrassing. Okay. I thought we were also going to start combat right then and there, but we totally did not do so. Wow. That is lucky. We would have died for sure. What would have happened is one of the mutants, or the dog, would have ran up here, hit the mine, detonated it, and hurt us. And we then would have probably died to the combined fire of everything else. Okay. So, let's do this again, Tim. Place... Oh, no! Well, it's happening anyway! I wasn't ready for this fight, mutant. I really wasn't ready for this fight. Now the enemies in this room might come to investigate. I am not getting a good chance to deploy mines or what have you this time. I am messing up. Alright, what are we doing here, Tim? So there's going to be, I think, one more dog and 2 or 3 more mutants coming out of this room. Let's leave them there. Sure. We'll move back up, and we'll throw a Molotov here. If you guys want to get me, you'll have to run through the fire. And some of them are afraid. Good. Oh, that's perfect. You two are running into each other. We can run up then. Oh, no! There's going to be lots of oh no's, apparently, in this attempt at Tipo A, because I'm running into every single group of mutants. Well, those guys are going to be distracted by the flames, so we don't have to worry about them. So let's run up and try killing this one. That is my jackknife, not my sledgehammer. Jackknife does not do much damage. At all. Thankfully, we don't need the sledgehammer to deal with these things, but I will not want to make this mistake. He's running away because he can't actually reach me. Everything else is in the way. Can I decapitate this guy? Oh, we did, and his head flew off. I should have zoomed in for that. Woo! Missed crippling strike, and that really works out for me. Thank you, sir. And looks like the other mutants were too afraid. They have forgotten all about the fight. Okay. That is acceptable. There's so few of them left, though, we don't need to use traps on the remaining on the remnants of their forces. That sucked, Tim. You're messing this up. You're supposed to be a professional, and everyone's going to think you're a noob. It just goes to show that even when you know where everything is, and what their forces consist of, things don't go your way. And hopefully it's also showing that when things don't go your way, you can still recover from it. Boots. Get a bloot. We get a bloot blueprint. Locked. The special SMG. What are you? You are guard. I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't care about the scrap metal anymore. I don't think we won't need it for while we're in here. And it takes too much time to break it all down. Now we can't get in here, so we can't access this vent, which means we can't access this area of the Depot A without going through that door. So we have to go back up. And by that door, I mean this door. So we've got to go back up and interact. Oh my goodness, I want the remains. We've got to go back up and interact with the security terminal that we left behind before. This is all just junk. A lot of junk today. Alright, we might as well finish up the mutants. I don't want to be hit by the sledgehammer guy. That's a silenced 5mm. So that's not going to do a whole lot of damage to me. I'm noticing a theme. The theme is I'm going to probably miss every single decapitation attempt I make if I zoom in the camera to make it. Alright, what were you using? Garbage. These might be worth something, though. Mutant, what do you have on you? Your pistol. Oh, wow! You're worth repairing and selling. 5mm silenced pistol. What else is so good about you? Just that? Laser sight as well. Okay, 2 upgrades in it. You know, I don't know if I ever mentioned in this game, but without crafting, several upgrades when it comes to pistols or armor or other weaponry, you'll never find them. You can only ever craft certain combinations when it comes to weapon upgrades. For example, I don't think I've ever found a single rapid reloader on a pistol in this game. I'll find extended magazines, silence. Actually, will I find extended magazines? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I found extended magazines, laser-sighted weapons, and silenced weapons, but no rapid reloaders on any of the pistols in the game. Well, that you find. Or at least I cannot recall any. What are some other examples? So I don't think I've ever seen an enemy wearing siphoner leather. Either, for that matter. Or greater siphoner leather. We might as well go down and say hello to the black eels. I think certain barrels for weapons also are not found. I don't think I've ever found a falchion pistol used by someone. And that must be the case when it comes to sniper rifles as well. But I've never used a sniper rifle build, so I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what types of, like, the names of the different types of sniper rifles. I think, like, one's a Harrier, but I don't know what the others are called. It's the same type of thing with, like, how a pistol can be a hammerer, a falchion, what's another type? The Neo Luger, for example. I don't know what they're called for the sniper rifles. There we go. I can't think. I can't think when I'm recording the video game. Alright, so that is all that's in this area? That's all that's in this area. There were no ladders here other than the ladder we came down. So we are going back up. And you have to take the vents for that, Tim. So you have to go back into the room we entered this place from to begin with. Oh my goodness. Are you really going to walk throughout the entirety of this? Yes, we are. Ah, sorry about this, everyone. I thought I could take that one vent to get to the other side. I cannot do so. I could take this vent, probably. Actually, we don't need to go into that section. I think we have the key to avoid doing so. But I tend to like fighting the giant mutant army from a different direction. We could, I'm pretty sure, open this gate here. Yep, and go on through that. But that's a tough way to fight into Depot A, like that area from the south. That's really difficult. You don't have much room to maneuver before enemies spy you. We won't have a chance to put down traps. Not that that's really helped me so far in this game, but I would like to try to rectify that. So we're going to go this way back to this security terminal, and then we'll go ahead and get ourselves better access. Inner depot auxiliary entrance unlocked. Underway transition door unlocked. How's my weight? 40 more pounds only. How many hearts am I carrying on me? 2. Okay. Oh, I have lots of scrap. We can spend one of those repair kits on our hawker. I think with the expertise feat, the 5mm silenced weapons become much more useful for you if you're looking to do a silenced 5mm pistol run. You know, I've never really compared the 5mm SMGs with their pistol equivalents. 16 action points to fire it. I tend to have ignored the 5mm variants. They don't do very much damage at all. Without expertise, at least. And a great deal of the enemies you are fighting... Oh, I forgot about... Wait, we're just back where we started from, Tim. This doesn't lead you anywhere. This doesn't lead you where you thought you would be? It doesn't. Okay. Oh, no. We take the door, Tim. Taking the door. Okay. Now, let's try not to mess this up. For crying out loud. Actually, I still want... we'll do this. I want to put down some traps. This is going to be tricky, though. Actually, is there a vent in this room when we walk over here? There is. Okay, good. So this will let me get into the vents, and at least check for where the enemies are located. This is where all the bots are located and the security turrets. I believe on hard, and maybe... Well, dominating for sure, maybe on hard. You're not fighting just standard turrets here. You're fighting, I think, auto turrets. And or plasma turrets down here. Those are just disastrous for you. They hit very hard. An auto turret, if it gets a chance to strafe you with fire, you're dead. That's it. you're dead. That thing will hit you for so many attacks and just shred you to bits. A plasma turret, I think that's like a one-hit kill this early on in the game if it manages to hit you. And they get 2 shots, so odds are you're dead. Okay, so here's the plan. First, I check to see how much energy you have in you. All right, we're fine. We wait for that that robot to move. Then we pop out and try to set a mine over its path. We totally don't need to do this. We should be able to survive the bots in melee combat, but I have all these mines and I like to use them. And go. Now, like a guilty kid who set up a practical joke to get someone, we watch and see what the results of our labors will bring. I'm expecting it to hit the bot. Yes! Didn't quite kill it though. Oh! It's okay. The other bot doesn't actually see us. We should be fine to sprint to the spot. Hit it with a critical hit with our jackknife. And then destroy it with our hammer. Okay. That's a shame. I wanted to set the other mine. Alright, so let's recharge our hammer. Okay. So we know there's another bot. There's one in this room. I guess we can just destroy that one. Should I maybe place a trap first? Oh, we'll be fine. Hello, bot. Move over here. Alright, we switch to exposed weakness. Can we kill it with the hammer? That was awesome. Caltrops. Useful against the mutants, but I'm not going to take them. I have a hunch that they just won't land where I want them to land. And it's going to end up getting me killed. Or be a real annoyance for me to deal with. Ooh, plates? No. Decent little shock generator, though. Alright, what are we looking at? Weight-wise? I'm still good. Still good. Okay, this is your chance, Tim, to place a mine. Better hurry, though. think we can be here. Oh, the bot avoided it. The bot avoided it. Okay. Let's... that's gonna get me killed then. Mine's gonna get me killed. Let's move up. We'll let the bot see us. Oh, hello. Another frag mine down here. We just have to remember it's there and not step on it. Hello, bot. It stopped right before the mine. I don't think the others will react to this bot seeing me. They will react to that, about to say sentry, but that's not a sentry. That's a security camera. Let's also grab this mine. Feels like I just did this with Sigil the other day. I did. I think it was like a week ago that I had recorded this DPoE with her. A silencer. An advanced health hypomed plan. I think that's always. I think you'll always find that in there. Also, our hammer could use a recharge. Okay, now how are we doing this? I think we can move up to here and set the mine. Here. Let the camera see us. Hello. And now all the bots will come to investigate what is here. So, I need to be a little careful. I don't know if they've activated the mine I set. I don't think they did. I don't want to be hit by it because it will depower my hammer. Let's move here. Sprint. And they're deactivated for another turn. Let's try a exposed weakness on the undamaged bot and then hammer it. Run. Oh, I gotta be a little careful, Tim. I don't know if you can. We can kill another bot with the hammer this round. So you can kill both of them, I think. Wow. Nice. Gabriel Angelos would be impressed with our use of the electrical hammer. I think he was using just a normal one when he had run through this area. Yeah, I don't think I had taken any electronics with him earlier. Lock, that's an MK2 HE mine, but do I want it? Nah, it'll take too long. Actually, there is a turret on the other side of that door, Tim. You could put it to good use. Why don't you take it after all? By turret, I mean a robot. I keep saying turret when I mean robot. So what else, Tim, can you talk about? Make this a little more entertaining for the viewers at home. So I have another character I plan on going through DPoE with right after Geralt is done. After I play Geralt for a little bit more. The way it works with me is that I tend to, whenever I'm in the mood to play a new character and they get to DPoE, I'll probably end up recording it from now on. And then after that, I tend to get to the character to the DLC. That means around level 20 or so. And at that point, I'm usually in the mood to play another character again. Sigil is almost done with Foundry at this point, in which case the only thing she has left is Rail Crossing, then the arena in Core City, and then she's ready for the DLC. That would take me probably another 8 hours or so, 10 hours or so to do. So this is going to be tricky, but I think we can do this. Alright, so let's open the door. We'll just start combat, and we'll run this way. Keep running this way. Then we sprint. And we won. Do I want to go that way? Do I have any HE grenades? I do not. I still think we go that way. So there's a mine in the center of those. Let's see. I can only hit one of them with an EMP grenade. Okay, let's move up to this. And we'll hit it with the hammer once, but I'm not going to use exposed weakness this round. Okay, now we use exposed weakness. Oh, I thought we would actually destroy it. We did not do so. Okay, not bad so far. I want to wait till sprints off cooldown, then we'll head in there and rush the other turret. Yep. The other character I plan to go through the game with will be using chemical pistols. I have not used chemical pistols, so I'm curious as to what it's like to use them. It occurs to me like stuff like probably Sure Step is a requirement with that, if I plan to use Cook Shot, which is my intention. I'm hoping to be able to make a chemical pistol before Deep OA, although it'll probably have to, I'll probably need it, the main pistol will be an acid pistol, but I'll need to make like a fire or cryo pistol for Deep OA. I can't imagine acid does much damage at all to the mutants in this area. Charge. Oh, we missed the exposed weakness. And I think I can recharge the hammer. I forget how to... Oh, it's with this. That still wasn't so bad. I suppose we might as well take this mine. It is an MK2 frag. I've got quite a few of those. Yeah, quick tinkering would have allowed me to use these, at least the bear traps in combat, or set a frag mine and run away if I would so desire to do that. I feel really dumb not realizing it required 7 decks for it. It's been an age since I've used quick tinkering, though. It's been toned down. It used to be a phenomenal feat. Now I think it's still good. It's just not as good as it had been at one point. Alright, let's get into these little rooms. I don't think there's really much of anything in them. Ooh, a bolt quiver. It's a belt, so it's worth a bit of cash. We'll take it. Not useful for us, obviously. We're not using crossbow bolts. It was a tough decision not to give a bolt quiver to Sigil, but she really wants as many utility slots as possible. I've heard that they've added the ability to finally get the 6th utility slot in the game. The game hints, as you can see down here, that there are 6 total slots you can get. But up until a few weeks ago, it was just 5 total. 4 for a utility belt, plus 1 more for quick pockets. I cannot say for certain if what I have heard is true, though. It still might only be 5 max. But I've heard a rumor that you can get up to 6 utility slots now. If you know, actually, tell me. I really would like to know for sure if that's the case or not. Alright. Auto turrets. I think you're the last auto turrets I have to worry about. Let's head on in. Charge up here. We throw this grenade. We expose... Actually, I don't need to expose weakness on this one. We'll just bash it twice. Yeah, hammer does so much more damage to him. Stick with that for the auto turrets. Hey! Leveled up. Alright, and we have another MK2 mine, so we'll go ahead and grab that as well. Oh no, do not do that. That's why I stepped on the other bear trap. Your character will walk onto traps instead of disarming them if you click on the wrong spot on that tile, which is why I walked onto that bear trap earlier instead of past it. The AI is pretty smart for pathing in this game, but if it sees you click on that hex without clicking on the mine itself, it'll be like, okay, you want me to walk on that mine? I will do it for you. And sometimes you kind of have to do that. It's the only way past a mine if you don't have the ability to disarm them. So I can understand the reasons why that's it. The game is that way. Okay, that is all of this section for Depot A. We've leveled. Let's go back. Oh, actually, we're not quite done yet. We have this area we didn't check out. See, actually, there's another mine right in front of that door. Yep. Oh, it's another MK2 frag. We should totally take that. As long as I'm collecting them, I must collect another. And we will start using these in masse when we start fighting, or in mass, is that how you say it? When we start fighting the mutants in the next area. And I've got a crowbar. Should totally check what's on the other side of that door. I think the door is locked, which is why I didn't bother trying it. Yep. Oh! Well, that's a shame. There's another painted welding helmet here. No, I did get this with Decker. Decker has lockpicking, so there's no reason why he would not have gotten that, unless I forgot that existed with him. I'm going through, as I go through this game, my mind is trying to remember the areas that I did with Decker, or I did not do. I think I explored every inch of this with Decker. Alright, we leveled. Let's put those points before I forget, and the only thing that happens on this level is everything that has points in it gets 5 more points. I probably should not be putting as many points into traps any longer, but I would not mind trapping high-level enemies. Not just using the trap on like things that will walk into them, like hunters and stuff like that. I would really like them to take damage from my traps as well, if I can get them to walk into them. So I'm going to keep leveling traps until it's about an effective level of 125, and stop at that point. Lockpick. Where does this go again? This goes into the big warehouse, doesn't it, Tim? It does. So this tends to be where I enjoy fighting the mutants. So if I'm going to fight them here, I need to be careful at this. So let's think. You have to be really careful, Tim, if you decide to play mines in this little area. I'm going to do it, though. The trick here will be hoping I don't get entangled with the acidic entanglement from the dogs. Because if I do, and then one of them runs around to get me where a mine is located, that's a lot of damage I'm going to be eating. I want to put a normal trap there. Okay, let's search the shelves before I put down any more traps. A decent ceramic plate, but I'm not using... I don't have any tailoring, that is. Take that. Okay. So now this is where it gets really tricky. Let's start by deploying another bear trap. And we'll deploy one more of them over here. I'm expecting to get surrounded if a battle actually breaks out here. Unlike my other two characters, Decker and Sigil, who went through this recently, Geralt here does not have any acid resistance, so I'm going to be, in particular, trying to avoid getting hit by them. Let's take some more key popper steak to help me with that. Okay, so... moment of truth. What happens when you open this door? What's on the other side of this today? Nothing. Good. We can deploy a trap right in the doorway then. You know what? I can deploy a frag mine in the doorway. That'd be even better. I don't really want to step out a spot. That would be the better place to put the mine, though. Okay, nothing's immediately there. Oh! Tim, you're out of bear traps. I thought I brought more of them. That was not the case. Alright, well, we'll just use our... well, we have one more bear trap. It's a cave here. We'll place it. Alright! I think we're set for this. So let's go ahead and save again. And how are we going to do this, you ask? Well, that's easy. Sound travels in Underrail. We'll throw a grenade in the corner to get their attention. I need to make sure I'm not too... I want the enemies to see me, and I don't want to be near that mine. Let's also make sure I don't click on shells by accident. That dog will die to the bleed of that trap. So we should move away. Let's see what else is coming. Oh, nothing? Nothing! Really? Okay, oh thank God. The dog had blobbed us. I should have entered combat and moved down. I don't know why I did not do that. Let's throw some fire down here. Sorry, we'll use a, what was it called? Dragon's Dream bomb? Is that what it was called? Something like that? Where's that mine not hit me? I think I have to be over here for that. Oh, okay. One of them was being stopped from entering here because another enemy was kind of in the way. Let's move over here now. One more spot. One more spot. What's going on? Okay, you're getting ready to enter this location. Uh-oh. Something else is on the way. I don't really want to be hit... It's a shame. I hoped that mutant would walk closer to the mine, but it's not going to. And I don't want to get entangled by the dog. So we're going to run around the corner and move here. I think it's time for us to activate our shield. Oh, the Intimidate failed because we weren't within its the range of it being effective to it. Let's expose weakness. Yes! Decapitated! That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh my. Yes! Die, mutant! Yes! Okay, not over yet. Not over yet. Let's take all this acid damage. We have more dogs. We have more dogs. And I think we have one or two more giant mutants as well. What was that? Very good, Tim? Well placed traps, Tim? Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you very much, viewer. On that note, by the way, thank you, guys, for watching another one of these, or at least listening to it, or what have you. I am always amazed at how kind you guys are when it comes to these Underrail videos of mine. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't know any other way to say it. I'm a very, very tiny YouTube channel over here, and getting even like 50 people who are interested in a video of mine to watching it is amazing to me. Let alone if I sometimes get more than that from one of these Underrail videos. So thank you all very much for stopping by and viewing this, and any comments or what have you that you left. Thank you very much. Oh no! A dog! Dog, why don't you come at me? That was not... I want you to go over the mine. Did not do that. Just 85%, so we have to bandage. Without any acid resistance, I do not feel too comfortable walking Geralt around without being fully healed. So we are totally doing that. As long as I'm healing... Sorry, as long as I'm waiting for acid to go away, let's do some small repairs. Because I'm not playing on a harder difficulty level, I don't feel too bad repairing stuff if I'm not going to get 100% of the use of the repair kit out of it. On hard difficulty levels, if I was playing harder dominating, I would totally wait till a mechanical item was down to 150 points for using a mechanical repair kit. Things are much more... the economy is quite different on harder difficulty levels. It's harder to get cash in them. And hold on to it. It's so expensive. Do I take this back? No! I saw you, dog. Come on, run into the mine. Darn it! No one's running into that mine. It's so frustrating. Let him stay out of the acid. Now, even though I'm taking... Well, you know what? I'm taking chemistry and throwing. So I could throw acid vials if it comes down to it. I didn't think about that. Is that a thing I want to do? If it is, you want to hold on to the acid glands. We'll hold on to them at the moment. Right, let's go and disable this mine. I think that is now all the enemies in this area. I think we killed all the dogs and all the mutants. Is that right? Might be one mutant left. I think you can have... I think you have the weight capacity to bring all this stuff back to the barrel, Tim. Okay, let's leave the rest of the junk here. Actually, no, let's not do that. I can carry 14 more pounds worth of stuff. That's a dead end, Tim. Can't get something done that way. What have we got in here? Shut the door. Tungsten steel sledgehammer, level 9. We're going to take it only to break it down, though. I suppose as long as we're doing this, you must take a look at all the other equipment we've got. So that's worth it. That's worth it. Oh, I've only been keeping the stuff that's worth selling. Okay. Normal HE grenade, we don't need you. We have our amazing sledgehammer to deal with robots. A single shotgun shell in that locker today. This is unlocked? It's not. And this leads to the other sealed gate that I did not open before. Oh, hello. Oh, some shells in here. I don't know if I found this with Decker, but it's good to know there's nothing in it. Though that generally means there won't be anything in it, or it'll be low quality stuff, if anything. Oh, we killed everything? Really? I thought maybe we left one giant mutant behind, but we did not do so. All right, that does it, everyone. Well, oh, wow, useless. This is the girl who will have a highly damaged but decent quality weapon, and today it's as low as I've ever seen it, and it's a useless item. Pig leather gloves. Durability 34 of 690, so it's a very, what I call a low-level item with a max durability of 690. Level 6 item, it's not very good. And it's damaged, and it's one of the worst items in the game if you're not playing a punching character. And even then, I tend not to like pig leather gloves that don't have some sort of enchantment on them. By enchantment, I mean enhancement, such as being electrical or being pneumatic in nature. Enchantment. There's no magic in this. But there is. There's psionic magic. Brain magic. Oh! Oh, holy crap, though! Wow! What's with this? What's with the sledgehammers today? This is even better, I think, than the one we're currently using. Alright, let's leave that here. I also see a sniper rifle on that body. Holy flipping crap. So I was complaining about that item on that body, but this gentleman over here has something amazing on him. Alright, let's double back. Oh, I should have left our hammer on that guy, taking the other hammer to leave that hammer over here in the barrel, but we'll be okay. You don't have too much more to explore here. So we're going to put all the garbage I don't want in the barrel, go back and loot the rest of that body. Alright, so I don't need any of these items. We don't need any of the bullets. Food I want. Oh! I have Pentibus Barbecue. Okay, that's good to know. That increases my carry capacity by 25 points. That'll be useful for me to carry all this loot out of here. I do have more for poison traps. Where did this come from? Why are they not on my bar? Okay. Alright, so let's go back over there and take a look at that other hammer. I think it's as good or better than our current one. That's incredible. Wow. Oh, man. It's times like these that I wish Underrail was like a multiplayer game, because I would pop into like some lobby playing the game and just drop a bunch of this loot for them, so they would have a much easier time going through Depot A. I used to do that pretty often in Diablo 2. I would join a low game as a high-level character. I'd say free loot in, was it Tristram? No, it wasn't Tristram. In the rogue camp. And they'd show up, and I'd see who's there, and I'd give loot to everybody who was there based on their class. A lot of fun. Wow, 2 good weapons. So, this does slightly more mechanical damage, but slightly less electrical. 1 more point of energy. 11 energy to swing, 12 energy to swing. This is probably the better sledgehammer than the one we just found. Wow. So, a heads up that when it comes to Geralt and this build, I do not intend on using sledgehammers permanently. It was just such an amazing melee weapon for a character who has the melee skill, especially when I know I don't have an easy way of dealing with turrets, robots, and turrets, enemies with high mechanical resistance. The sledgehammer electrical sledgehammer in particular, is an amazing find to help me deal with them. So I absolutely wanted them. That we found another one is just rubbing it in that the next character I play who's a sledgehammer user will not find anything like this. And a level 9, 8.6mm Harbinger bipod. Plus 20% precision. My goodness. 58 through 87 mechanical damage. 45 action points to fire it, though. Holy flipping crap. And we have enough carry capacity. We can kill the rest of the mutants, and then that'll do it for this Depot A run, everyone. Very successful. I'm not envisioning there being trouble in the last area. he says, as he quick saves the game in case there's trouble in the last area. I don't think there's going to be, though. Let's head on over there and get it done. And there's going to be a trap, Tim, in the next area that we can take, and we totally should. Because I believe it's a frag mine, MK2. No, you were wrong. HE mine, but also an MK2. And I don't want it here. Let's go ahead and take you. Okay, time to deploy the last of the mines. So let's put a bear trap here. We will put a frag mine here. Gives me enough room to walk around them. So this is, it's quite different deploying traps with someone who doesn't have stealth versus someone who does. You have to do it all in advance, kind of, or place them around corners for your non-stealth characters. And you have to think carefully about where the enemy is going to be walking and how you want to lead them around into stepping on all of them. And when it comes to mines, you want to make sure, of course, that you're not in their AoE when they go off. So, if an enemy steps on this mine, for example, we could have deployed another one close to it, so that when this one detonates, it detonates this one, which helps damage that creature more. Although, that also means that, like, if I put a mine here, that would also detonate this mine, which would probably hit nothing. So I gotta be careful with where I place these things. I think, Tim, that will just have to do. 2 frag mines and 1 bear trap. We're gonna deploy another bear trap, at least. Let's put it here. Actually, let's put it here. Okay. Quick save so I don't have to redeploy them. I think I'm happy with where everything is. Alright, Geralt. Let's search the shelves. Oh! What the heck? Oh! Okay. My don't step on... do not interact with things was pressed. And when the moment I hit enter combat, that stops me from opening the door, which meant that my character saw, oh, you want me to move over here instead, and did so. So, to do the door trick, I need to make sure this is not selected. Now we just stay here. Dragon's Dream. That was what it's called, Tim, not Dragon's... wait, no, I did say Dragon's Dream, I think. Okay. Move up a little bit more. A little bit more. Hit enter. Alright. Throw the grenade. Let's get everything's attention. Move away. This is acceptable. Move over here. Then over here. There's something else left. It's another dog. That's it! Alright, everyone. Really good, huh? Yeah, good use of the traps. Go me. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. That went really well. That was the last of the mutants. Clever use of trap placement. We managed to get the creatures to hit every single one of them. I actually thought that was the last dog, or I would have killed it with the machete and let this other dog hit the trap. But it all worked out. And that's it. There's nothing stopping us now from walking over and taking the thing we need to end Depot A. So, rather than have you guys watch me do that, I think we'll just stop it here. This was another success. I think the build is okay. It really helped, however, that these traps, I finally managed to deploy them correctly, were placed in the right spots. I think overall the build's okay. Yeah, this can totally get me through the rest of the game. maybe I'll remember to put a link to how Geralt would look when he's all done down below. I'm still struggling on feats for him to take as he levels, though. Like, Flurry is very tempting, but oh, it can be so frustrating, that feat as well. So I'm not sure if that's in the cards for him, but if I remember, I'll put a link to Geralt's build at level 16 and at level 30 in the comments below so that you guys can check it out in case you're interested. And in case we're done with this one, thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun to play Deep Away again, and we'll probably do another one of these eventually with the Chemical Blob pistol character. Maybe I'll even get that up a week from now. We'll see. In any case, thank you guys again, and I will see you all in the next video, whatever that will be, assuming you stop by to say hello. So thanks, guys. Take care. Have a good day.